This video we're going to talk about dial calipers for using and reloading. They're probably the one precision tool that you will need or can get away with on a reloading bench is dial calipers. This is a set I bought from Harbor Freight. They're made in China. They're basic 6-inch dial calipers. I had to go back to work and use my good Starretts. It cost 20 bucks. Okay. Now they're accurate enough if you use them and if you're careful with them. Okay, they're not as nice as like Starretts, Michitoyus. There's a couple other brands. A set of those are going to run you $100 in that price range. Okay, these here are $20, and they're called 0 to 6 inch. Zoom in here on them. And graduated in 1/1000ths on the dial. You can get these graduated 200,000ths on the dial. I like the hundreds. And this one here is a gear rack. And what I mean by that is if you look in there, you see there's teeth and a gear rack. That's what drives your dial. Is behind that dial is a little wheel or gear that drives it around. You'd want, if you do get a gear rack, you want it. This here is a covered. They call it a covered gear rack. I don't even know if they make the ones with uncovered racks anymore. The one thing that'll ruin these is if you get chips or debris inside this groove here, and then when you move the calipers, you damage the little gear wheel and that in there. And what will happen is I have another set here I bought years ago when they were $9 a piece. And this one here, what happens when you damage that gear, get back close enough, is it creates it to skip. And that's what I do, but in other words, run it to length. But I'll show you what happens. So take a look at the wheel. First of all, the thing got knocked off. Okay, something got up underneath the rack and knocked the gear off. So the dial's off. As you can see, it's off 180 degrees from this one. But if you watch how you test these, you go all the way out and you can feel it catch in there. You see it's at 0 now. Then we'll go. It locks up 4,000, so it's skipping 4,000ths. Okay, and if you keep doing it, it'll catch. Now it's 2,000ths on the other side of 0. This one here is damaged, and you know there's really no way to repair it. But we're still going to use this anyway. Now, why the dial calipers are important, other than mics, you can get a set of mics too. Micrometers are not as frail. You can get the foreign-made mics, and they shouldn't give you no problem, and they're accurate enough. This is accurate within 1/1000ths. How you use these, and the reason you might want to go with the dial calipers, maybe even if you spend the money and get a good set so you don't have to worry, is dial calipers can measure like this, length or outside diameter, like this. You use these ears if you want to measure inside diameter, like this, inside diameter. And if you want to measure depth or height, you use this thing, and say you wanted to measure the depth, you would place it in here and go like that and get your measurement. So it measures 3 ways: diameter, external, OD, ID, and depth. Okay, so they're a pretty versatile tool and kind of a necessity for the reloading bench. If you're going to be serious about reloading, you should have a set. You could, if you're careful and use these with caution, they're accurate enough, they're good, they only cost 20 bucks. The other alternative is to go with a more expensive set, but you're looking in the $100 price range. Those would be more durable. But these here are good until you either get debris up inside by the chip rack here, or by the gear rack. But you know, they do have a chip cover or a gear rack cover on there. If you get debris in there, or if you drop these, if you drop or bang these hard, they will not rewrite again. Okay? Where a more expensive set will be a little bit more durable. Now you can get these, they do have digital readout. Digital readout is just what it states, digital. There's no gear rack. I don't really like the digital readouts, even the expensive ones, but if you go to Harbor Freight, they will have digital readouts. They'll have another one that has fractional dimensions on the dial, which is, you know, depending on what you're doing, that could be a plus for you. They come in different sizes. These are 6, which is about standard. They do make a 4-inch set, 8 and 12. The digital ones, especially the Chinese-made ones, I haven't heard a lot of good things about them, and even the high-grade brand name ones, I don't like them. Some people like the digitals because you can like set them to a length, zero them out, and then see a variance or whatever. There's a little bit more you can do with a digital than you can with these dial type indicators. I guess I'm just old-fashioned. I like this dial type better, but it's kind of a necessity. I'm going to see how far I go with this, and the minute it gets bad on me like that other set, I'll probably go and opt to buy a more expensive set. But that's a little advice on dial indicators and the Chinese brands, discount brands. You know, you probably need one if you're going to get serious about reloading. It's probably the #1 precision tool you're going to need. I advise you to get one. That's why I kind of made this video, giving you some advice.